Hi kids, Miss Ashley here. Are you guys ready to travel to more countries and learn about more holidays that are celebrated around the world? Yeah? Awesome, let's go. In the other videos, we've already traveled to Australia and New Zealand. And then we talked about Africa and we talked about Asia. We've learned about Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Diwali, and Chinese New Year, and lots of ways that people celebrate Christmas around the world. But today we're going to get to go to this yellow one up here, which is Europe. But this one is kind of hard to see the different countries. So I thought I'd show you on the big globe. So here's this globe, and then above Africa, you have all of the different countries in Europe. And we're going to travel to several of them today to find out how they celebrate Christmas. So last time we learned about lots of different holidays, but now that we're in Europe, a lot of them celebrate Christmas. And a lot of the people in the United States and Canada are actually from European countries. So you're going to hear some of the same things that we do here at Christmas time actually started in Europe. So wait till you find out how they say Merry Christmas in some of these countries. Let's look at our tree and add some more ornaments and countries to our tree. So you have this one in color, or you have it in black and white that you can color. And then we're going to add some more to our tree. Here's mine so far. Wow, that's a lot, isn't it? So we started with Australia, and then last time we added Israel, China, Thailand, Africa, and Japan. So now I've gone ahead and added some countries. We've got England, France, Netherlands, Italy, Russia, Germany, and Sweden. Those are all the places that we're going to travel to today. Before I start, let me show you some of the ones that we're going to do today, and I'm going to try to tell you how you say Merry Christmas in these languages, but some of them are pretty tough. The first one, thank goodness, is easy. It's England, and they speak English. So they say Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas. In the Netherlands, they speak Dutch, and this is how they say Merry Christmas. And it might sound something like Vrolijk Kerstfeest. I hope I'm saying that right. Then we're going to get to travel to France, and they say Joyeux Noël. In Germany, this is another tough one, they say Merry Christmas as Fröhlich Weihnachten. Fröhlich Weihnachten. Then when we go to Italy, we're going to say Buon Natale. Then we're going to talk about Sweden, and they say God Jul. And then we're going to make a stop in Russia, but I'm not going to try to say this one. I have some friends that are going to help me out with this. Okay, you ready to start? Do you remember in the first video I did for you guys when I read this book to you? It had some of the information about how Christmas is celebrated around the world. The first one was Australia that we did. And now I'm going to start with the European countries. And then the first country we're going to do today is going to be England, or the United Kingdom. Sometimes they call it the UK. So it says, children in England celebrate by pulling a Christmas cracker apart. And I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. So up here, we have a picture of a child and sending a letter, and it says, sending a letter to Father Christmas. Now, instead of calling him Santa Claus, they call him Father Christmas. And what he looks like in England is he wears a long green coat and he holds a staff in his hand. Also, something this reminds me of is that Christmas cards, sending them to your family and friends, was actually started in the United Kingdom. And we do that here, don't we? After they have their Christmas dinner, they like to have desserts of minced pies, which are like a little pie with spices and fruit and nuts in it, and they have Christmas pudding. And then something that I thought was cool was after their Christmas dinner, the family all gathers together around the TV and they watch the Queen of England come on the TV and give a speech. All right, so it said in the book that they do Christmas crackers. Do you guys know what that means? No, it's not like animal crackers or Ritz crackers. It looks like this, and I'm actually going to show you how it's done and tell you how you can make one too. This is started in England, but I used to do this as a kid when I lived in Canada. There's lots of other countries that do Christmas crackers too. I made this one by using a toilet paper tube, but you can use a paper towel roll and then just cut it in half. So I've taken my toilet tube and I've wrapped it in just some tissue paper, and then I've clipped, kind of pinched the ends and tied them with ribbon. And the ones that you can buy in the store, you can probably actually find them in the United States or Canada too. When you pull them, they make a loud popping noise, kind of like fireworks or firecrackers. That's probably why they're called crackers. We used to do this for Christmas and for New Year's after dinner. So you pull them, and usually there's maybe a joke inside or little toys, and then there's always like a tissue paper crown that we used to wear at dinner time. So I'm gonna pull this one and pop it, and we'll see what's inside. And then if you want to, you can make one of these at home. You could even make one for each of the members of your family. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Woo! So inside mine, I've got a slinky. I have a little pen or pencil. I had some bubbles and some stickers. So that was a really cool Christmas cracker. And that's what they do in England. So maybe you could try that and do that for your Christmas celebration this year. So this one's the Netherlands. Children in the Netherlands celebrate with gifts from Sinterklaas or Saint Nicholas. So they speak Dutch in the Netherlands, and they call their Santa Claus Sinterklaas. And they say that Sinterklaas actually sails from Spain to the Netherlands on a ship, and then when he gets to the Netherlands, he switches and he rides on a horse. And this all happens on December the 5th, or that night. And then they don't actually put up their Christmas tree until December the 7th. But on December the 5th, before Sinterklaas gets there, the children actually put out their wooden shoes or clogs, and they fill it with carrots and hay for Sinterklaas's horse. And then the next morning on December 6th, they go and look at their clogs, and they might find some little treats in there, or candies, or maybe chocolate coins or mandarin oranges. And then something else that they like to do is they make Christmas cookie wreaths, and they put them on their tree, but they don't last very long because the kids want to eat them. And one more thing is that a gift that they might get in the Netherlands on Christmas, they get special biscuits or like a chocolate bar that's given with the letter of their name. So mine would be a big chocolate A. All right, you ready to go to France? Ooh la la. Okay, in France, children celebrate by placing their shoes by the chimney to be filled with treats. Filling shoes again. We've heard that a lot, haven't we? A very popular decoration in France is putting a nativity scene, like Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. I actually have one here. This one is from Israel. I have some from all over the world, but this is what one might look like. But theirs is not made out of wood. They usually have one made out of clay. And sometimes, instead of just Mary, Joseph, baby Jesus, and the wise men and the shepherds, they even have police officers and butchers and bakers inside their nativity scenes. So there's their shoes sitting by the fire. They leave them out, and then they get presents in them. So that's kind of like our stockings. For the Christmas meal, they have cheese, oysters, and a chocolate Yule log that's called bûche de Noël, and it's like a chocolate sponge cake. Something else they do is that they put 12 candles on their Christmas tree to represent the 12 months of the year. And on Christmas Eve, they put a Yule log, which is like a piece of wood that they put in the fire. That's what the cake's made to look like. And they leave their candles and the Yule log burning all night long on Christmas Eve, just in case Mary and baby Jesus stop by. And you'd like this part. After their Christmas dinner, sometimes in France, there are 13 different desserts available, and one of them might be the bûche de Noël, the Yule log. Okay, now we're headed over to Germany. Children in Germany celebrate with a sugar-decorated letter to Christkind. So there's what it might look like. And then over here, this little girl is decorating a gingerbread house because gingerbread is very popular in Germany. This one is an Advent wreath. You might have seen one maybe at your church, or maybe you have one at home, and it's just like a round wreath that you'd see on the door, but this one sits flat on a table, and it has candles all around it, and then you light one candle for each of the Sundays leading up to Christmas. So that's popular in Germany. And I have another little book that'll tell you more about Germany. So, Christmas in Germany. Germany is a country located in Europe. Let's find it on the map. There's France, and now we're going to Germany. Oh, I'm gonna have to say Merry Christmas again. Frohe Weihnachten means Merry Christmas in German. I hope. Germany is known for their Christmas markets, and actually all over Europe they have beautiful Christmas markets, and they're just places where you can go and you can get food and shop for Christmas, and they have beautiful decorations and music going on. So Germany is one place that is very popular. And here's the Advent wreath again. In Germany, people light Advent kranz with 4 candles. Der Nicholas comes on December 6th and leaves little gifts in children's shoes by the door. We've heard that another time. But children write letters to Das Christkind asking for presents. So they get 2. They get some from Der Nicholas, and then they get some from Christkind. Children leave their letters for Das Christkind on the windowsill. You're going to be surprised when you find out who Christkind is. Das Christkind is a young girl chosen every year to be in the parade. She has blonde hair and wears a white dress and sometimes a gold crown and angel wings. So that's who brings them presents. Christmas trees are important to German families, and Mom often secretly decorates them. So sometimes they don't even see it until Christmas Eve. Zimzer. I can't say that word. It's in German. So it's a type of Christmas cookie in Germany that's cinnamon cookies shaped like stars. So those are some of the things they do in Germany. Also, nutcrackers are very popular in Germany. And let's talk a little bit more about Saint Nicholas. We keep seeing him and hearing about him. So this is what he might look like. Not quite like Santa Claus, but he is one of the saints, and he did some really nice things for people. So that's where we get the idea of Santa Claus. So a lot of the different countries in Europe, you'll hear different versions of Saint Nicholas or Sinterklaas or Das Nicholas, and he comes and brings little treats for them, and it's usually in shoes in Europe. But that's seen a lot of different times throughout Europe. All these countries in Europe are so close together, we're moving fast. You ready for the next one? Okay, let's travel to Italy. Now in Italy, Santa is called Babbo Natale. And for Christmas dinner, you might find things like pasta and seafood, and then they have panettone, which is a sweet bread with fruit and raisins. The children often write love letters for their parents, saying how much they love them and how much they're going to promise to do and help in the new year. And they hide them underneath their Christmas dinner plates or maybe in their napkins for their parents to find. And they do have a Santa Claus, but the person that brings Italian children gifts is actually an old witch named La Befana. There she is. She looks like this. So she actually rides on a broomstick, and she delivers presents on December 5th or 6th. And so like the night of the 5th, and then you get the presents on the 6th. And she drops candy and gifts for the good children, but if they're bad children, you get coal or garlic in your stocking. So that's La Befana. Next up, we're gonna head to Sweden. So let's look up Italy and Sweden. Italy is actually this yellow one that kind of looks like a boot or a shoe. And then Sweden is gonna be way up here. It's this long red one. So there's Sweden. All right, so here we go with Sweden. I like this one. Children in Sweden celebrate St. Lucia's Day, or St. Lucy's Day, or I've even heard it called Lucia or Lucia. So there is a costume of St. Lucia. And what happens is the children in the family all dress up, and the oldest daughter gets to wear this special outfit. So she wears a long white dress with a red sash, and then she carries a wreath around her head, and it's got candles in it. Now, long ago, it was actual candles. Now, when they do it, they use battery-operated candles. But she goes, and she gets coffee and pastries, and she delivers them to her parents in the morning, and she goes and wakes everybody up. The other children, if there's girls, they can wear the same outfit, but they don't wear the wreath, only the oldest girl. And the boys are called star boys, and they wear white clothes, and they have a tall cone hat. There's a picture of them. There we go. And a staff in their hands. So there's the boy and the girl on St. Lucia Day. And then they actually go to school dressed up like that. And then after school, so they go and they bring people cookies and sing to them and visit hospitals and older people and offices and all that kind of stuff. Okay, something else that they do in Sweden is, this is a typical decoration. It's a straw goat decoration, but the Yule goat is actually kind of like a spirit that looks down and makes sure everything is going okay. So that's why they use it as an ornament. But in one of the places in Sweden, they have a huge statue of it, and it's been a tradition for someone to try and go and burn it down every year. And this little guy is Tomty, and he is the gnome. He's kind of like their Santa Claus, and he hides underneath the floorboard. He leaves presents for the children the next day. There's another picture of Lucia Day. Gleam, gleam, St. Lucia lights, crowning lights on happy nights. So I thought it would be cool if we made our own St. Lucy crown. And it looks like this. Much easier to carry these kind of candles on your head, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a page that looks like this. And if you've got thick paper like cardstock, it would be better to print it on something like this. And I just colored the yellow lights and I cut them out. Then I got a piece of green construction paper and I folded it in half. And then I folded it in half again, and I got strips that look like this. And I just stapled the two strips together. So you're gonna have two strips. You just staple it here, and then get someone to measure your head, and then staple it there, and now you've got your crown. I'm also gonna send you, it comes with this printout, and it's gonna look like this. These are my leaves, so you can print or cut those out on green paper, or you can color them. And those are my leaves that I've got. And then I just added some little red berries, holly leaves, or in Sweden it's probably lingonberries. So then you can have a St. Lucia hat to wear. All right, I'm gonna put my Santa Claus hat back on for our next country. Okay, now we're headed to Russia. And this is a big part of the map. So here is mostly Europe, and then this big green one all the way at the top is all Russia. So part of it's in Europe, and then part of it's actually in Asia. In Russia, They have a Santa Claus figure, but sometimes he's not seen in red, he's seen in blue. And he's called Grandfather Frost, and he comes with his snow maiden, and it's his granddaughter, and she helps him give out the presents. They're very pretty. I'll show you a picture of them and a little cartoon of what they might look like. And they come in a sleigh, but instead of reindeer, they're pulled by 3 white horses. Something else that's interesting in Russia that I found out is they like to eat a porridge, and then they throw the spoon that they're eating it, they throw it on the ceiling, and if it sticks, then it's going to be good luck for the next year. And I'm going to send it over to my friends that are in Russia, and they're going to tell you a little bit more about it.
Hi kids, my name is Ekaterina and I'm from Russia. Today I'm gonna tell you about Christmas in my country. So let's start. The first question is, when do we celebrate Christmas? We do it on 7th of January. Yes, that's different, yeah? Okay. Christmas is very big holiday. That's why many people like it. Not because of its tradition, not just because of its tradition, but also because it's the red day of calendar, which means no one is working. Yeah! Okay, so on 6th of January we have Christmas Eve, which means that family gathers together and we are having the big holiday table. What do we have on this table? One of the most traditional food is roasted pork, like this, big one. Or if you cannot afford pork, you can put a Christmas goose, which also is roasted but filled with apples. You cannot imagine how delicious it is. Yeah, it's very delicious. Also, we have different vegetables, of course roasted, and we have fruits, not roasted, fresh one. By the way, here is one example of what we have. That calls mandarine. Mandarine, it's like little oranges, but sweeter and juicier, and it's hardly possible to find any table during Christmas in Russia without these little delicious fruits. Okay, so what else do we have? We have also Christmas carols. It calls kolyadki. It's something between Halloween and Christmas caroling. What does it mean? Kids dressing like different characters from fairy tales and go around the houses and ask for blessing, something like this, because they singing Christmas songs, they telling Christmas poems, they basically blessing the owners of the houses. That's why owners give them back something what they have, like sweets or candies or fruits or even money. That's why I'm telling that it's something like Halloween, trick or treat, yeah, but without trick, only treat. So that's why kids like this holiday very much. Also, I wanted to teach you something today in my video. It's how to say Merry Christmas in Russian. It sounds like с Рождеством. Let's try to say it all together. С Рождеством. You got it. Bravo. Okay, dear kids, please always remember that Christmas is not about the present. It's about the God presence, which is very important. Please, Merry Christmas to you and all your families. God bless you.
Hi, my name is Anastasia and I'm from Russia. Moreover, I'm all the way from Siberia. And I'm gonna tell you how we do celebrate Christmas here. But we don't celebrate on the 25th of December. We do it on the 7th of January. Why did it happen? I'll tell you later. As you can see, the city is not decorated yet, but it's because the most important festive for us is a New Year. And how we do celebrate it, I'll tell you as well. But let's go to the warmer and cozier place. So we finally got comfy and cozy, and it's time to tell you why do we celebrate Christmas on the other date. It's all because of the calendar we use for the church festives. It's a Julian one, not the Gregorian, which is used in America. So what else I can tell you about our traditions? Probably the most important one is the New Year, because we all celebrate it with the whole family and we really love it here. What about the New Year? It's probably the most beloved holiday throughout the year for all the kids and families, because it's a time for us to gather together. We have the long vacation when the whole country is trying to enjoy the festive. And what about our Christmas, the one we celebrate on the 7th of January? So on the Christmas Eve, on the 6th, we go to the church and there is a long mass which lasts the whole night. The kids are allowed not to stay over there, but mostly all of us are getting small presents. And we also celebrate this fast with the whole family. Traditionally, it's also a dinner, almost the same in America, but just without the turkey. Miss Ashley asked me to teach you how to say Merry Christmas in Russian, but it's almost impossible to pronounce. Счастливого Рождества. Instead of that, I'll teach you how to say Happy New Year. That's almost the same for us. С Новым годом. So, let's repeat after me. С Новым годом. Bye! Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays!
I've got a couple more friends that want to share some videos with you. So the next one's going to be Marina in the Ukraine. Take it away, Marina.
Hello everyone! Holidays in Ukraine is very fun. We celebrate Christmas, New Year and Easter for a few days because these holidays are very important in our country. We celebrate Christmas twice, 25th of December and 7th of January. We cook different very nice food. God's daughter and sons are going to their God's mothers and fathers and celebrate Christmas. We are giving each other presents, sweets and candies. So I wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year and God bless you!
Now my friend Ivana wants to tell you about Christmas in Serbia and the Czech Republic.
Hi Ashley. As you know, in Serbia we celebrate Christmas 2 weeks after Catholic Christmas because we follow older calendar, but we also celebrate it in a much different way. We don't do gift giving, which I really miss, and it's more about tradition and following some customs that I'm honestly starting to forget. But the one that I really like is that in each family makes bread. It has to be made within the house, and then certain things are put inside to represent health, well-being, wealth, and so on. And then in the evening, family gathers around the table for festive dinner, and then that bread they're spinning the bread between their hands, and eventually they break it. And then if you get a piece of bread that has a little coin in it, that means you're going to have lots of money next year. And as children, I remember that everybody was really looking forward to get that coin, and then if you don't get the coin, you get so disappointed. But I guess this year many people will hope to get some symbol of good health. But in addition to that, I would like to tell you that how Christmas is celebrated in the Czech Republic, because this is where I'm living for the past few years, and it's an interesting thing that most of Czechs are atheists. However, they do celebrate Christmas and they do gift giving, but it's the way that I see it, it's quite modern way of celebrating. So of course there is going to, because I have a family here now, so of course we're going to have Christmas tree. We will celebrate on the 24th, and in the morning we're going to watch fairy tales, because production of movies, fairy tales in Czech Republic is really huge, and it's amazing, and very very interesting. So I recommend to have a look at it. And so we will watch fairy tales in the morning, then we will prepare a festive dinner for the evening, which will be some special potato salad, which is like really creamy and really tasty, and then wine sausages, which I think it's quite interesting because they're made with wine and powdered milk. So it's really tasty thing, and really typical for the northern part of Czech Republic. And after dinner, where you obviously have to overeat, because you have to starve the whole day. You don't eat for the whole day, because they say if you don't eat for the whole day, eventually you will see golden pigs, which will bring you good luck, but it also will mean that now you're ready to actually get overeaten with the good stuff that was saved for Christmas dinner. And then after Christmas dinner, with a bell, it is announced that Santa Claus was there, and all the kids families gather around the tree and start opening gifts. After that, we will continue with watching fairy tales, and they say that if there's an interesting toy or a game hidden under the tree in one of the gifts, then the game will be played. Otherwise, it's just like a relax with one of those fairy tales. So I guess that's it. I'm sorry I made it longer, but I can, because I described two countries how Christmas is celebrated. I hope you're doing well. I wish you good health, Merry Christmas, festive season, Happy New Year, and all the best. Ciao.
And then my last one is going to be my friend Alina, and she's Romanian, but she lives in Norway, and she's going to tell you about Norway and Iceland. And it's pretty funny because there's actually 13 Santas that are very silly, and they come the 13 days before Christmas, and they leave gifts or rotten potatoes if you've been bad. And they also like to get books on Christmas Eve. So I'm going to let Alina tell you a little bit more about it and show you some cool pictures. It's probably going to make you hungry too.
Hi, welcome to Norway, the land of reindeers, northern lights, and cakes. Yeah, they bake a lot of cakes. For Christmas, they have to bake 7 types of cakes or cookies, choosing from sandkake, pepperkake, fattigmann, goro, Berliner Kranse, krumkake, serinakake. But who's eating all that? Meet Yule Nissen. He's a dwarf, or no, and he's one of the many Nissens out there. Everybody has one. They live in the barn all year round, and they help the people with their farms. What a friendly creature, if you treat them right. If not, they can be pretty mischievous. These magical creatures that can turn themselves invisible can play a lot of tricks on you. But leave them on Christmas Eve something sweet. Back in the days, they used to leave them a bowl of porridge, and they will show up at your door with a lot of presents. Our Icelandic friends proud themselves to have 13 Santas. Aren't they lucky? He sneaks in the barn and likes to suckle the milk. He steals foam from buckets of cow milk. He's short and steals food from frying pans. He licks spoons. He steals unwashed pots and licks them clean. He steals bowls of food from under the bed. He stomps around and slams doors, keeping everyone awake. He eats up all the yogurt. He loves stolen sausages. He likes to creep out outside windows and sometimes steal the stuff he sees inside. He has a huge nose and a big appetite for stolen baking goods. He snatches up any meat left out, especially smoked lamb. He loves candles, and he loves to steal them. Nobody's perfect. God jul. Merry Christmas.
All right, so that is a lot of different information about Europe and the things they celebrate and how they celebrate Christmas. And then I'm going to put up a couple of pictures of how the different Santa Clauses might look like. I do have some pictures here. So we've got, this one is the Snow Maiden in Russia, and La Befana in Italy, the witch that rides on the broom. This one, this beautiful gold one, is the Christ kind, the angel one that comes in Germany. Then we've got Sinterklaas right next to him. This is one of the ones that Alina was talking about, the Yule lad in Iceland. There's Saint Lucia with the candles on her head. Then we've got Grandfather Frost. He's actually in red there, but sometimes he's in blue. And there's the one in Norway. And then there's an evil bad guy in Austria called Krampus. And he's mean to the children who have been bad. So now that we've traveled all over Europe learning about Christmas, I have lots of different ornaments to show you. So I may not get a chance to actually place them on the tree just to save time, but I'll definitely show them all to you, and I might leave some out here, and then the next time you see the tree, it'll all be decorated. So I did forget one of the ones that I had from Asia, because sometimes I use, if I can't find an ornament, I'll use a keychain as an ornament. So this one is from Vietnam, little girl. So I'll put her right there. Now we're ready to start with the ornaments from Europe. This really pretty one is from Sweden. My tiny tree is gonna get full. This one is from Ibiza, Spain. So some of the ones you're gonna see are places that we didn't actually talk about today. This one is from Tallinn, Estonia. You'd like it in Estonia. It kind of reminds me of the movie Shrek. This one is from Iceland. And I don't have a hook for this one, but this is also from Iceland. I have two from Greece. I have a typical house that you might see in Greece with the blue roof. And then I have a keychain with the eye that's supposed to keep evil spirits away. Put this one down here. This one I really like. It's from Kotor, Montenegro, but it reminds me of the Grandfather Frost. There's a version of Santa Claus. Then I have one from Russia, actually two Matryoshka dolls. These are usually the ones that you open up and they get smaller as you go along, but there is my Matryoshka dolls. This one's a keychain. Then I have this really pretty glass angel. It's from Malta. I have some from Slovenia. This little boy is from Slovenia. And then, so is this heart. My poor tree is not going to have enough room. This one is from Slovenia as well. It's like a terracotta pot. And I have one from Italy. Let's see. There you go. You can see it better there. It's got Santa Claus, Baba Natale. Maybe we'll hang him up. Then I was going to use this one as an ornament. It's a heart from Dubrovnik, Croatia. I have this one that I'm not actually sure where it came from, but I think it came from Estonia. I have a keychain that I was going to use for England because they had the Olympics not that long ago. And then I even kept the tags on these so I can remember where they're from. Some of my favorite ones. These two are from Norway. Little angel, a little girl. And then I think my last one is, this one is from Sweden, and it's a Dahlia horse, and these are very popular as decorations in homes, and people give these as Christmas gifts to people who don't live in Sweden. So this is a Dahlia horse. And there we go. My tree is getting very full. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll be back for one more final video to teach you about some more Christmas and holiday celebrations around the world. Bye, guys.